Big East women's basketball presented by Invesco QQQ, the official ETF of the Big East Conference. It is for a tip-off between a couple of teams that, frankly, are familiar with one another. She's Adona Thaki, I'm Adam Giardino, and that's the point of this. A 1-17 team in Xavier, but a close call, a pair of close calls against DePaul in the regular season.
This record for Xavier is not indicative of how good they can actually be, but turnovers have been an issue for both DePaul and Xavier. Ball protection needs to be at a premium if you want to come out on top.
For Xavier, they need some key players to step up, and as we take a look at the Xavier Musketeers, look at their freshmen. That's the first place to stop.
Mary Canerva has been efficient as of late. Floor general, high IQ. She's a three-level scorer. She can get downhill and just create off the bounce. And then on the other hand, for DePaul, you've got Jory Allen, who, what more can we say about Jory Allen? Just her ability to turn and face and knock down the outside shots, to stretch the defense. She can take you off the dribble. She is second in the conference right now in scoring. She's just a motor for this DePaul team. Scholar Athlete of the Year in the Big East. And, well, let's take a look at the starting five for both these squads. Well, for the Xavier Musketeers, it's Ajanique Mayo, who is in the starting lineup for just the second time this season. We were told by head coach Billy Chambers this would be the case, and you got the opportunity to rip the Band-Aid off for a high-scoring sophomore. She's been adding a ton to this Xavier team. You talk about the three-point shooting, her ability to shoot in transition, behind the screen, off the ball. Even when she's guarded, it's going to add some depth to Xavier. Well, for DePaul, Taylor Johnson Matthews, junior, who comes in from community college ranked, has been such an X factor for DePaul. She's someone who they put a lot of expectations on. She's a three-level scorer, very shifty and quick in getting to the rim. She is a baller. Adona Thaki alongside Adam Giardino. Thanks to all of you that have made us part of your Friday. Kick this thing off at 11 a.m. Eastern, and the finale of our triple header begins right now. Taylor Purvis tracks it down before losing possession. Xavier with a win in Big East play this year. That is an improvement over an 0-18 mark last year. Spin in the lane for Purvis. It's left short. Rebound. Snatched. What makes the Xavier team dangerous as much as they can get downhill is also every player on their team can nearly shoot the three-point shot.
For Xavier, if they can knock down some early threes, that would go a long way in helping out their confidence early in this one. Last touched by DePaul off of Summer Lee, the sophomore from Toronto. Three-point percentage is an area that Xavier has the slight advantage over DePaul. It speaks more to the fact that DePaul shoots under 30% beyond the arc. We haven't really seen any of the four teams already today shoot the ball well.
There must be something going on.
Nerves on the first day of a tournament where your season ends if you lose.
That could be it.
Jump shot, air ball, rebound, contact, play on.
Kate Clark, even though that shot did not go in, she's somebody who is a sharp shooter, and as of late, just finding her rhythm back. In late October, she didn't really play much after an injury.
Well, we have seen a couple of early rebounds from Meg Newman. And a poke away. Lee goes to the court, lands on the basketball, and a jump ball, possession DePaul. Final game of the day, and seen a little physicality let go already in the first 90 seconds of this one. Billy Chambers looks on. 6 victories this season in her second year at the helm. They started out great. 4-2 to begin non-conference play, and then things got tougher once it got to the Big East. Defense, Jory Allen, wonderful pass, and it doesn't go for Meg Newman.
That's what makes Jory Allen so good. You throw a double team at her, but then Meg Newman, she finds her on that backdoor cut.
Yeah, Allen averages close to 4 assists a game in addition to 20 points and 5.5 rebounds.
Such a capable passer.
Three-pointer. No. Ajanique Mayo from Bridgeport, Connecticut, as Canerva tiptoes the sideline but can't stay in. Head coach Jill Pizzotti, associate head coach, taking over for Doug Bruno, who we know is watching here today. So we send our well wishes to the longtime head coach of the DePaul program. One of these teams is bound to score at some point here today.
And the problem, too, is Xavier hasn't been able to set up their full court press. And that's a huge part of their game.
The 11 seed not going quietly. It's a 15-2 burst to begin this one.
Take a look at this one right here. A step back three. Ajanique Mayo.
Xavier's won a single game since the calendar turned to 2025. You wouldn't know it by the way the first 5 minutes and change have gone here today.
Billy Chambers said it. This is a new season, 0-0 right now, and this young Xavier team is not looking so young. Canerva, just the defense to offense. Ajanique Mayo stepping back on a three-point shot. Jill Pizzotti said to us before the game that we want to limit Canerva and Mayo, and they haven't been able to do that so far right now.
Incredible start for Xavier, and DePaul 1 for 7, shooting with 6 turnovers. So not getting the shots to fall and just being bothered generally by the Xavier defense. She's Adonathaki, Adam Giardino with you. Some more defense. Wow.
Because Xavier's applying this full court pressure right now, it doesn't allow DePaul to set up in their half-court setting to get the ball to Jory Allen. And right here, saw the backcourt violation. Every
which way, the defense just finding ways Turnaround. Great defense there. Jory Allen bothers the shot, but her pass ahead is picked off. Now it's Canerva with Mayo trailing. Kicked out by Allen.
Xavier doing a lot on the defensive end. You see that be a direct correlation to the shots that they're getting on the offensive end. When you're able to get stops, you're able to get those runouts, and it hasn't allowed DePaul to even get in the half-court set.
8 turnovers already for DePaul. Canerva, a kick to Purvis. That grazes long, but Borolova is there. Great takeaway, DePaul possession. It is active, bothersome defense here by the Musketeers. Allen denied once.
And Ajanique Mayo has been feeling it, but also nobody's recovering out to her on those three-point shots, especially after the first 2 she made. You got to adjust.
Pretty wise decision to give Ajanique Mayo her second start of the year. A drive in and a foul. Julia Garcia-Raj, the sophomore, picks it up.
Summer Lee getting to the line here. Big jump from her from last year to this year. Became a starter now. Look at this little change of pace. Flips it to the other end. Gets herself to the free throw line.
Ajanique Mayo, number 2 in Navy, with 11 points, outscoring DePaul herself here in the first. Free throws continue to not be kind for DePaul. They've missed a couple here in the first. Quick pass ahead. Xavier wanted a 2-for-1. Jory Allen, it might have been a quick whistle because Allen was out of bounds but wasn't touching the basketball, and that's the case being pled for on the DePaul sideline. Xavier was really going for a 2-for-1. Instead, an offensive foul.
That screen definitely looked like an offensive foul. Take a look at Christie right here. Yeah, her right hip just opens up.
Just an extra little slide. Ball in the hands of Jory Allen. Worked on Christie. But an offensive rebound. DePaul, a second trigger. Final few seconds here. Raj Oreo with a left-handed heave, and it goes begging. But the Xavier Musketeers come out swinging. They've doubled up DePaul through the first quarter.
Xavier right now just on fire from the three-point line, and part of that has been Ajanique Mayo just stepping into her shot, creating space. Players on DePaul going under that screen.
Big East women's basketball presented by Invesco QQQ, the official ETF of the Big East Conference. Would you look at that? Xavier with one win in the regular season in Big East play, doubling up the 6th-seeded DePaul Blue Demons in a convincing first 10 minutes.
And also to note, this Xavier team is last in the conference in scoring offense, so they've struggled to produce offensively throughout the season, but not in this game. Billy Chambers said this is a new season right now, and we're taking it one game at a time.
Without over-accentuating the point, they're the 7th lowest scoring offense in the country, not just in the conference. So this is really refreshing if you're a Xavier Musketeer, and a second chance on this possession. Christie with a double team coming over to help. Purvis crosses over her defender. Christie's got to go, and she doesn't get it off.
That's the best defensive possession DePaul has had this entire game so far. Just active on the defensive end, rotating quickly, recovering out a lot faster.
Let's see whether some good defense can transition into a strong offensive possession here for DePaul. DePaul has had 5 different scores, even though only 11 points on the board. That swirls out, rebounded by Mayo, who was part of last year's Big East all-freshman team. Some of the numbers took a step backward in her sophomore season, but it can't be overstated the impact she had in the first quarter.
And now DePaul has adjusted, going over on the screens.
Three-pointer knocked down as Xavier is 5 of 8 from deep.
Oreo released that so quickly.
One of the many international athletes for the Xavier Musketeers.
Xavier's been clogging the paint against Jory Allen.
Nobody came in to stop the penetration, and it was a late block by Allen that gets whistled for a foul.
Oreo gets open for the three-point shot in the corner right here. Just enough space for her to release that one.
First foul on Jory Allen. The only player on either side with multiple fouls is Taylor Johnson-Matthews. So she is on the bench with her 15 points per game. Purvis, a transfer from University of Houston, spent 3 years there and made a pair of WNITs.
Taylor Purvis is one of their best on-ball defenders I've seen for Xavier.
Just tenacious.
Does a lot for this team, both offensively and defensively.
We've been treated to really good guard defenders today. Dwyer for St. John's. There's Jory Allen, who gets the and one.
Jory Allen off of a putback, and this DePaul team leads the conference in 13 offensive boards per game. That's an area that they excel in, and right here, who better than Jory Allen to just finish through the contact.
And this is a DePaul team that, counter to Xavier, is 4th in the conference in points per game. So these two teams starting out differently than they're accustomed to. Allen doesn't make it go. A scramble in the corner. Xavier possession. Whether it's Dwyer for St. John's, Kelsey Ransom as a guard defender for Georgetown, there is a little bit of Taylor Purvis in there as well with those.
She's got a high motor, Taylor Purvis. Just offensively, a 3-level scorer, can get downhill, very crafty.
Speaking of Mayo, but too strong off the glass. Still got exactly where she wanted to go on that drive. And there's Purvis with the takeaway.
A large portion of Xavier's offense comes from turnovers. They look to force them with their pressure and then run out in transition.
DePaul trying to make a dent on this lead. After that 15-2 start, they really haven't been able to make a run at Xavier. Purvis drives in. And we got a foul going the other way. Purvis with a flying elbow into the midsection of Summer Lee.
It looked like Purvis definitely extended her left arm there as she was attacking the basket.
She's already picked up an offensive foul today, remember. This could have been her second.
Watch when she extended her left arm. Hope Summer Lee's okay. Definitely got the wind knocked out, maybe.
Yeah.
I've had a few of those.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good, but I think as a coaching staff, it's better than seeing a player go down and hold an ankle or a leg or anything like that.
Agreed.
Yeah, Summer Lee just needs a few more moments, hunched over there.
Xavier so far, 10 points off of turnovers.
10 DePaul turnovers. This defense has been doing its thing for the Musketeers. Left open, but
That's the thing, when you have Newman and Jory Allen both on the court, it makes it hard who you want to double on because the other one will be open inside the post.
Borilova's knocked down a three already. Purvis drives in on Lee. Wants the call. Pretty good no call.
A little bit of a forced shot there from Purvis. That's where you want to stop off at 2 feet.
That catch and shoot. Jory Allen saves it to Purvis.
DePaul's getting a little bit sped up right now on offense, and it's been part of from Xavier's defensive pressure that we've been seeing.
DePaul is just 6 of 19. A three ball, no. Hey, Clark hits the deck. She's all right. She's got the ball back. She wants a triple. Jory Allen wants an offensive board. How about that save from Borilova?
DePaul needs some three-point shots to fall to open up the inside. If you watch the defense from Xavier, they're all sagging in the paint, trying to clog it up right now for Jory Allen.
Canerva kicks. Purvis a three. And an offensive rebound.
That was a great kick out. When you come off a ball screen, you want to look at that weak side corner.
Mayo settles for a jump shot.
And if you're Mayo, when you're knocking down a three-point shot, that mid-range starts to open up for you.
Looks like she had a good lane to the basket as well when she pulled up. Made it anyway. 13 for Mayo. Her season best is 17. Meg Newman with an uncomfortable shot as Xavier's lead remains double figures midway through the second here in Uncasville.
Amelia, turn off alarm. Amelia, weather.
70 degrees and sunny today.
Amelia, unlock the door.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Jen.
Why not?
Did you forget something?
My protein shake.
The future isn't scary. Not investing in it is.
You're so dramatic, Amelia.
Bye, Jen.
100 innovative companies, one ETF. Before investing, carefully read and consider fund investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and more in prospectus at Invesco.com.
DePaul University students aren't just preparing for the real world, they're living in it. 98% of new incoming freshmen receive scholarships totaling over $57 million every year. And DePaul helps students find internships, hosting 17,000 every year from leading U.S. companies. Start your future at DePaul. As real as what's next. DePaul University.
There's a fuller picture to bring into focus. A way to live more truthfully, more faithfully, more mindfully, purposefully, thoughtfully, more fully. Because when you open your eyes, when you look around and take in the full picture, you'll discover this is so much more than you ever thought possible.
Pound for pound, the Blue Blob. Pretty good in the pantheon of mascots, not just in the Big East, but across the country.
I love it. I don't think I've seen a mascot like this.
They have the Musketeer as well. The Blue Blob is a little more.
I'm a fan of the Blob.
Yeah, I think the Musketeer, it can travel, but the Blue Blob travels just a little bit better. Oh, he's coming our way. Look out!
I kind of want a high five from the Blue Blob.
All the mascots have made the trip so far. We're 6 for 6 on mascot sightings today, and the first day a triple header here at Uncasville. I mean, come on. Give me more of that. Xavier saying, give me more of whatever we've got going early. 12-point lead over the 6th seed DePaul Blue Demons.
DePaul just struggling right now to shoot. When you're not able to knock down shots, it puts a lot of pressure on your defense to be perfect.
We can confirm that Dibs, the Blue Demon, is also here. We'll make sure we give you
So there's two?
equal coverage for DePaul. Yes, the Blue Blob is for Xavier. Yeah.
Wow.
I know. We'll talk it over at halftime.
I thought it looked completely different from what I had in my mind. Clearly not well versed in the mascot world.
Your run-up of prep didn't include mascots. No. Next time. Now
Can't
you know.
say it did.
Now you know. Canerva goes to work. The lead is a dozen for the Musketeers, but some active hands knock it away.
Ever since DePaul has adjusted defensively by going over on the ball screens, they've slowed down Xavier just a tad.
And Summer Lee is 2 of 23 beyond the arc this season, so Xavier sacks off her a little bit when she's got the ball out there.
And it closes up a lot for the rest of the players.
But there's a take off the glass, and Lee can't buy it. A rebound by Mayo. Off left, wide out of the hand of Mayo.
Mayo's looking confident taking that shot, as she should.
Yeah, we saw an incredible second half performance in our previous game. Kelsey Ransom finished with a career-high 36 points for Georgetown. Yeah, in a 2-point victory. They needed every last drop that she had to give them. And there is a lot of confidence that has bled over into what we're seeing out of Mayo.
Looked like Xavier stepped out of bounds there.
Newman, third best rebounder in the Big East this season, transferring in from Alabama and Arizona State. Purvis steps in the lane and deflects it out of bounds.
Purvis has just done a tremendous job of getting into passing lanes. We've seen her in a few possessions now where she's been able to get out runouts from her steals.
But what we've seen DePaul do a little bit better here this quarter is not turn the ball over and allow Xavier to build on it. 9 first quarter turnovers, just the 1 turnover here in the second.
They've also been able to get some stops, which has allowed them to push the pace on the other end.
Allen's got to go, and she makes it. She was in midcourt with 4 seconds on the shot clock.
And nobody was guarding her. You can't leave somebody like Jory Allen wide open.
You defended well for 25 seconds and then mailed it in. Mayo will try it again. DePaul corrals it inbounds.
That's what Xavier does, a lot of those flare screens, trying to get their shooters open. And you saw Purvis set that one for Mayo. You got to communicate on that one if you're DePaul and get over on it.
Give and go, deflected away by Canerva. That is just the second turnover here in the quarter. Borlova tries her second three of the day.
Borlova takes the most threes on this team, and she struggled a little bit this season, 28% from the three-point line.
She made an early one today, so you wondered, okay, is this going to be a changing of the tide? But she hasn't been able to build on it. Xavier, basketball 2 minutes before halftime. Again, defensively for Xavier, you've forced 12 turnovers, and you've held DePaul to just 29% shooting.
DePaul only 1 of 4 from the three-point line. While this is a team who doesn't really shoot a ton of threes, at some point you got to be able to knock down the outside shot because of how much Xavier's sagging inside the paint.
Yeah. See, up on DePaul at the half.
Amelia, turn off alarm. Amelia, weather.
70 degrees and sunny today.
Amelia, unlock the door.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Jen.
Why not?
Did you forget something?
My protein shake.
The future isn't scary. Not investing in it is.
You're so dramatic, Amelia.
Bye, Jen.
100 innovative companies, one ETF. Before investing, carefully read and consider fund investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and more in prospectus at Invesco.com.
DePaul University students aren't just preparing for the real world. They're living in it. 98% of new incoming freshmen receive scholarships totaling over $57 million every year. And DePaul helps students find internships, hosting 17,000 every year from leading U.S. companies. Start your future at DePaul. As real as what's next. DePaul University.
There's a fuller picture to bring into focus. A way to live more truthfully, more faithfully, more mindfully, purposefully, thoughtfully, more fully. Because when you open your eyes, when you look around and take in the full picture, you'll discover this is so much more than you ever thought possible.
I say it every year, this event really is one of the most important events we do as a conference because it brings together the physical, the mental, the emotional dimensions of our athletes' lives.
This speaks volumes for what we're trying to address on our campus, and to be able to bring our Big East partners in and have a larger conversation, it's a benefit to us here in South Orange.
There's nothing more important than thinking about the overall well-being of any athlete. And so for any conference across the country, it's important that we think about how are we treating and how are our athletes staying well.
To be in a space where it's not just mental health professionals, but we have coaches, we have student athletes, we have administrators, we can all get on the same page and talk about the same topic, gain the same information, and then take it back to our schools.
You know, even if we're all competing with one another in our various sports, we are all really similar and we're all facing very similar challenges, whether that be in athletics or through our own schools.
You know, what are you reading? That's good in terms of, you know, putting the right thoughts in your mind. What are you podcasting? Are you journaling every day? You know, it's a lot of things I think that you can do to put yourself in the absolute best level of energy, mental state, mindset.
I think that talking about mental health is always a scary thing to do, but anytime that you first start talking about your mental health, I always say to start at the most surface level thing, that you're struggling with a math test or whatever it is, and that once you just get that one layer off your chest, it does make it easier over time to share more as you're met with acceptance and love and resources and support on the other side.
Being able to empower yourself and know that even when you're struggling, you have a strength within. We talked about what's your biggest fear and what is also your greatest strength, and how to remind yourself that even though you are worried about one thing, you are still so capable of doing so many other things. And the idea that if you start with the fear and end with the positive, that's what your brain will help remember.
Mental health is health, period. Often the student athlete hyphenated moniker means you are both a student, you are both an athlete. Well, you're a human being, and your mental health is important because it is a function of your overall health and well-being, and I want to see every student athlete thrive in that space.
Halftime at Mohegan Sun Arena. It is day one of the 2025 Big East Tournament presented by Jeep. And to take a look at the end of season awards, we highlighted some players along the way already. And for Savannah Catalan, Big East Player of the Week from Seton Hall. Hard to argue with what she did
in the penultimate game of the regular season. Went for 36 points against DePaul, including a perfect 16 of 16 at the free throw line. And now a look at the all-freshman team for the Big East.
Man, take a look at this freshman team. You've got a squad up here, just the talent that you're seeing. Congrats to all these ladies. Give them their flowers.
Sarah Strong, unanimous selection, also Big East Freshman of the Year. Take a look at the first team in the Big East. This is 11 players, and we've highlighted some players throughout here that are on these squads with UConn's Beckers, Fudd, and Strong. Hard to ignore what they have done, running an undefeated record through conference play.
When you look at this UConn team, obviously they've been a powerhouse in this conference, but also the rest of these programs, there's been a lot of parity this year just between the other programs and what you've been able to see, just the back and forth, and really anyone can win when it comes to those games.
And the Scholar Athlete of the Year, also a first-teamer, Jory Allen. Just so impressive with what she is able to do. Pursuing a master's degree as a grad student, writing is part of her passion. And for Jory Allen, her coach said, you know, coaching might be in her future, but she's a heck of a writer and a heck of a scholar, a worthy recipient of this award.
We love when players can get it done on the court, but also in the classroom, and just doing it in both ways. And tremendous job by Jory Allen, what she's been able to do this year.
And we already mentioned her, but Paige Beckers, as UConn looks to win they want to win a Big East postseason title here this weekend. They have eyes on a Final Four and a national championship run, and they're going to go as far as their superstar Paige Beckers will take them.
Paige Beckers and her squad, they've got their eyes on that natty, trying to go all the way, the big promised land. And when you look at this UConn team, just filled with so much talent, the ability to score from all levels in every position has helped them tremendously.
That's it here at halftime. Mohegan Sun Arena, day one of the Big East Tournament, presented by Jeep and Invesco QQQ. In the first round of the Big East Tournament.
And what's happening too, since DePaul is not able to create shots or open looks right now, Xavier's able to get runouts all the time.
Purvis turns the corner. Last touch by Purvis. Great defense by Taylor Johnson-Matthews, who, if you remember, picked up 2 fouls in that first half. Her minutes were limited. Let's see if she can be a factor in the second half. And a foul on Mayo. And a couple of Musketeers help pick up Summer Lee.
Jill Basati told us before the game that she knew Xavier could be dangerous, is that they have several players who can knock down three-point shots, and it puts pressure on them defensively.
I'd say 8 of 13, 8 of 17 on threes has done just that for the Musketeers. We got a foul and free throws coming up here. It was a great first half on the glass for Meg Newman. She grabbed 7 rebounds, which is just about her season average.
They're going to need, and that's DePaul, is going to need a lot of their other players, not just Jory Allen, going to work inside the paint. They need somebody else to step up.
Making some free throws would help as well. Newman under 60% at the line this season. Splits a pair. Into Canerva. You'd said at the top of the broadcast that this is a Xavier team more talented than its record. What told you that from the numbers this season?
It's been watching them play, honestly. When they move without the basketball, this is a team that you can tell is just a little bit young from the mistakes that they make. Whether that's cutting hard to the basket, getting good reads, setting good screens. Those are all things that you can control, and it usually takes time to build.
2 freshmen and a sophomore in the starting 5 today for Xavier. Youth to be sure. Newman, top shot on the baseline. Allen, of course, she's there, and she'll go to the line. Luthia Martinez, freshman for Xavier, hits the deck.
An impressive stat line for Jory Allen is she gets to the line the most out of everyone in the conference, which is really hard to do.
How about 3rd most in the country?
It's so impressive. Jory Allen just continues to fight for every loose ball, pursue the basketball and the rebounds, the putbacks, and that's how she gets herself to the line.
Jill Pizzotti said the number of touches she gets in the paint are high. She's patient, and by being patient when you get the basketball and not rushing things, it puts the pressure on the defense to hold its ground against you.
This is where DePaul needs to work off of Jory Allen, as much as she's getting the touches inside the paint, but now it's moving without the basketball and having the kickouts for the 3-point shots.
Christie passed up the quick jumper on the baseline. That goes as a 3rd foul against Luthia Martinez. Christie engaged with Jory Allen defensively. Allen explodes out. Christie gets bumped. Newman with the foul.
A great idea by Meg Newman. They saw the double team. She comes over for the help side defense. Watch right here. This double team puts Canerva in a situation to pass it up. Newman comes over for that help side, just bumps her a little bit too hard.
Move from Christie, a 60% free throw shooter. And a nice job by Canerva, who was ambushed by Allen there outside the arc, who committed to that double team to not turn it over, not panic.
And as a freshman, to be able to play with the type of poise that she's been playing with, when you see a double team come at you, it can speed you up a little bit.
One of the hardest things to do is when a player blitzes at you like that, the best thing to do is pass it from wherever the player came from, because they left their assignment. The lead still more than comfortable for Xavier here in the 3rd quarter. This is Mackenzie Givens, a freshman who's played in just 14 games coming in. Canerva, why not?
Too easy of a drive for Canerva. Just slices downhill on the left side. Nobody stopped her.
A drive in and great physicality. DePaul calls the timeout. You want to keep the good times rolling. Jill Pizzotti, after a make, says let's take this one to a break. It's a 19-point lead for Xavier. The lead has only grown since halftime.
Off the bounce, some shiftiness and craftiness at play. Xavier up.
Fans, please support the Big East women's basketball. Gatorade, it fuels the best because it is the best. Attention fans, whether you're hitting the highway or tackling tough terrain, Hankook Tires Dynapro family has you covered. Designed for the ultimate durability, traction, comfort, and performance, Hankook's Dynapro line has a solution for you. No matter where the road takes you, trust the tire built for adventure. Trust Hankook Dynapro. Visit your local dealer today and experience the difference. Hankook, driving emotion. And here's the Xavier Spirit Program and Pep.
Well, that's your score. A 19-point lead for the Xavier Musketeers. It has just been every bit as dominant as that number would appear. DePaul, I don't know, maybe a little extra help from the sidelines there. Get some of that muscle in the game and will them back into a closer contest.
The theme of the game right now for DePaul has been just struggling to produce offensively, but when you're not shooting the ball well, you have to be able to control other areas of your game, whether that's locking down defensively, the attention to detail, or just taking care of the basketball.
And again, that is Dibs, the DePaul Blue Demon. I already showed you the blue blob from Xavier earlier today.
Dibs, blob, I got it.
You got it now. Yep. And the actual Musketeer for Xavier is not in attendance. But there's the blue. There we go, buddy. We got you.
I want the blob to come over here. I'm really intrigued.
I don't know if he is a creature of habit, or sometimes if you're watching a game at home and a team that you're rooting for is going on a good run, you stay in the same seat.
Yeah.
The blue blob with a 19-point lead. I think the blob is going to just stay over there, make sure they don't throw off the feng shui of Xavier's performance.
Credit to Xavier's defense.
Absolutely.
They've done a great job on Jory Allen, but also just recovering out to the other players. No one else has really been able to score outside of Jory Allen.
14 for Allen. 10 combined points otherwise. Everybody not named Jory Allen is 3 of 21 from the field. That is under 20% shooting. DePaul needs somebody else to step up. Mayo intercept high for Xavier is 11.
The way that Xavier's shooting the three-point shot right now, it's opened up driving lanes, and especially for players like Pervious, who's so crafty and has the ability to create off the bounce. It's making it difficult.
Takeaway and a basket. Paul is trying to find any small play that can help spark a comeback.
Whenever they're able to knock down shots, they're able to set up their full court press right now.
And that is Christie. She picks up a foul.
That's the flare screen where Mayo just popped out of, but nobody recovered in time. You saw Newman was sagged inside the paint way too much. You can't help off of Mayo. The biggest issue right now for DePaul has just been understanding personnel, locating your shooters.
And a timeout needed by the Blue Demons. Yeah, I mean, even as DePaul has gone on to make 6 of its last 8 shots, to get back in a game, you can't allow Xavier to make its last 5 shots. And that is simply what is happening. They're just trading baskets in a game where you need to take a chunk out of this lead at some point.
It's also taking care of the basketball. DePaul with 14 turnovers, which when you talk about turnovers, are they live ball, are they dead ball? That's giving the other team the opportunity to go down the other way when you have live ball turnovers.
Xavier's done just a little bit better creating points off of turnovers. They're +5 in that department here today.
Outside of Jory Allen, who has 18 points right now and has been efficient for this team, just no one else able to step up.
He's got half the points today for DePaul. And a soft touch adds 2 more. She's got 20. And Purvis comes up limping. She has been dynamic on defense. Julia Garcia-Raj checks in for her. It's like a left ankle injury for Purvis.
And right now, DePaul is trying to speed up Xavier.
But Mayo is so in control. Until there.
You jinxed her.
That didn't even feel like she was getting sped up, just a matter of getting rid of the ball in a bad spot. But I'll take accountability, yes.
It's okay, I'm messing with you.
And what it's otherwise been just about a flawless performance for Ajanique Mayo. That might typify the day it's been for DePaul, and there's Jory Allen, which also speaks to how DePaul's day has gone as she comes up with another big play.
Jory Allen continues to crash the boards hard. That's how this DePaul team right now is able to slowly climb back, is just able to get second chance opportunities. A major part of that has been Jory Allen. Right off of this, she gets the ball, fights her way. She's got 3 Xavier defenders on her and still able to get that shot off and gets herself to the free throw line.
It's another ho-hum 20-point day for Jory Allen. She has scored 20 or more in 17 of her 32 games this season. In transition, Oreo with a beautiful finish. X.
One of the hardest three-point shots to take is to create it off the bounce, and that's what Kanerva did, her ability to get into her shooting pocket.
Johnson Matthews, pull up, and a response. An 11-point lead in the basketball for the Xavier Musketeers. (17) for Kanerva. The clock counts down. Great defense. Kanerva, another 3, no. She beat the halftime horn, can't do it here in the third. It's an 11-point game going into the fourth.
Depends who you're asking, but I'm going to go with our leader, Jory Allen, who loves mentorship. Good coaching. Again, it probably depends who you ask, but we're going to go with good coaching. Good coaching. Good coaching. Good coaching. Fierce competition is great for them.
Before investing, consider the fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses. Visit Invesco.com for prospectus with this information. Read it carefully before investing.
Invesco QQQ is the official ETF of the Big East Conference and proud to support students and student athletes on and off the court. Ladies and gentlemen, don't miss out on your
comfortable win for St. John's over Butler earlier today. It was a 2-point win for Georgetown behind Kelsey Ransom's career-high 36 points, outlasting Olivia Olson's gutsy 21 points for the Providence Friars. And now the nightcap here. We descend into nighttime at Uncasville, and this is what awaits everybody tomorrow beginning at noon Eastern.
It's been an exciting time. A lot of fun games we've had to call here, Adam. This has been a tremendous time.
Well, and it feels as if the way that things trended in the third quarter, that DePaul's not going to go quietly in the final 10 minutes. And in that third quarter, the number that would concern me if I'm Xavier is that DePaul outscored you 8-0 on second chance points in the third.
DePaul is just such a great rebounding team. 15 second chance points for them. But what you've been seeing from this team right now, especially in that third quarter, was DePaul playing with a lot more pace. You saw transition threes, which opened up Jory Allen inside the paint. And this is a team that's not going to go away by any means.
One of the favorite things that I heard yesterday when we were talking with all of the coaches across the league was from Tony Bozzella, the head coach for Seton Hall, when he said, it is so hard to kill a senior and end its career, and Jory Allen is the senior that might be toughest to kill this week. And Jory Allen and the DePaul Blue Demons do not want to go quietly. It is a single-digit game for the first time in a while.
And basketball is a game of runs. This DePaul team can really compete with any team. You talk about Jory Allen. She takes a lot of pride. And Jill Bizzotti also talked about how her teammates lift her up too. You could tell that this DePaul team plays for one another, whether things are going their way or they're not.
A single-digit game for the first time since it was 10-2 Xavier out of the gate. And then it was 15-2 Xavier. And all of a sudden, we've got a 7-point game on our hands.
Johnson Matthews staying a lot more aggressive, especially attacking from the three-point line. She had Canerva on her right hip and used her physicality to finish.
Purvis, returning from an ankle issue, turns the corner, but too strong on the layup. DePaul wants to run and instead circles out. Euros into the lane and a floater beautifully done.
Woo! Right clean. Just a nice little Euro step getting to the basket. The biggest difference right now for DePaul has been able to get stops. They've locked up defensively, and the attention to detail has been at a premium right now.
Largest lead, 51-29 Xavier. They had a 22-point lead just under midway through the third quarter. That has been slashed. Purvis. Kick for a long corner, two right before the shot clock expires.
That's what you can't have happen right now for DePaul, giving it open looks.
Luthia Martinez has played 14 minutes and counting here today. She had played just a single minute in each.
That was so crafty. The change of pace, but also the change of direction, the between the legs, just going all the way at the rim.
Canerva has had a hot hand. And it's DePaul basketball in a tied game when we return. A 22-point lead, no more. DePaul has willed their way back into this one.
McLean with the change of pace and change of direction, just very fast off the bounce.
Acorns is putting on their Guess the Change challenge. Take a guess at how much fair change is inside this giant acorn. If you're the stadium closest, without going over, you can win it all.
Alright guys, that is right. You can win it all if you get that guess correctly, right Charles? Now, you were telling me that you stopped by the acorn up on the concourse. How many points do you think is in here? Give us an amount. 25,000, he says. What do you guys think, fans? What do you think? Did you guys check out that acorn? How many points are in there? Well listen, if you are just finding out about this now, make sure you guys scan the QR code
dragon fruit bowl with goji berries, or the new Acme bowl with Nutella. It's tropic time. Please welcome back to the floor, the Xavier Pep Band.
Just under 5 minutes left in regulation. Not a thing has been decided. It was a 22-point lead for Xavier, and DePaul has found itself back even.
Going into the second half, DePaul needed someone else to step up outside of Jory Allen, and that has been Johnson Matthews and McCline. Just dynamic duo right here. Their athleticism, their ability to get inside the paint, picking apart the defense. They're just doing a tremendous job of not forcing shots right now, but playing with a ton of poise and confidence on the offensive end.
There have been 2 ties in this game. 0-0 and 62-62. It has been a winding road for the Blue Demons to get where they are, and all of those points for Taylor Johnson Matthews have been here in the second half.
The reason why they've been able to tie this game has been defense and rebounding. They have held Xavier to 4 points so far in this fourth quarter.
Offensive rebounding in particular, DePaul is plus 15 in second chance points. A big deflection. And this is Martinez hitting the deck and hitting the back of her head on the court.
Looked like a jump ball. And then Martinez just bangs her head on the hardwood floor. Hope she's okay.
18 minutes today for Martinez. 2 of 5 shooting. She's made a pair of corner jump shots in this second half, helping stave off DePaul as much as she can.
Good to see her up and walking right now.
Substitution, Borolova checks in for Martinez. DePaul basketball, Xavier basketball. Check that on the alternating possession. Stylistically, even though it's a tied game, 2 very different ways that these teams have played today. Xavier is plus 18 in points beyond the arc. DePaul is plus 20 on points in the paint.
That's where this DePaul team thrives. It's inside the paint, especially with somebody like Jory Allen on your team.
Allen extends on a double team. Purvis all the way in, and Johnson Matthews commits a foul. Her first foul of the second half, so that's her third.
Taylor Purvis, she saw the double team. She attacks the hip of Johnson Matthews. That's where Johnson Matthews is a little bit behind and gets a foul called.
For a moment, Xavier reclaims the lead. Makes them both. 10 points for Purvis, the 3rd Musketeer in double digits. And an offensive foul on a screen. That one goes against Natalia Nelson.
Right here, trying to get a handoff, which Natalia Nelson just kind of shoves her hip into her.
I don't think we've seen called pretty consistently in this game in particular have been those sliding screens. Lauren Christie of Xavier has been called for a couple. Kanerva bothered on the shot, but still makes it.
Kanerva has been impressive throughout this game. Just the balanced attack you see from her ability to initiate offense.
Just the second miss of the quarter for DePaul. They had been 7 of 8 before that. And another foul on Nelson, who helps up Kanerva. And that is a 5th team foul in the quarter for DePaul, so free throws forthcoming for Kanerva. 19 points for Kanerva if she makes them both. That is a new career high. She dropped 20 against DePaul in the first meeting between these two teams, and she's got 20 again here today.
That's exactly what Coach Pizzotti talked to us about, is limiting Kanerva. And she's somebody who's just continued to go off throughout the game.
21 points. Not exactly containing her much at all. A 3-ball, no. Rebound, Lopez. A 6-0 run for Xavier after DePaul clawed all the way back to tie it up. Possession so precious in the final few minutes. A cutter to Purvis, and Jory Allen comes up with the swat. Now she pushes. Back to Allen, creates some space. Aboralova swats it to the sideline. Johnson Matthews finds Jory Allen. Closeout by Lopez. And a reset with McCline. Three in the key and a turnover.
You can't ball watch there if you're DePaul. McCline just got stuck inside the paint and nobody filled behind her to give her an option to pass to. Especially in situations when your teammate picks up the ball, you gotta move.
Ajanique Mayo's been quiet for a while offensively, and a timeout called by Xavier. A 6-point lead in the fourth quarter, a Xavier team that has won just a single game in conference over the last couple of years.
Mayo with 24 points and Kanerva 21 points. That dynamic duo right there for Xavier has done a ton. But can they contain this lead is a question. There's lots of game left.
When you have two players in a postseason atmosphere set new career highs, you're having a good day.
Yes, for sure.
Xavier is having a good day here today, and they want to close it out in the final 120 seconds with win number 2 in the Big East this season.
When you look at Xavier in games that they've struggled, it's because they haven't shot the ball well, and it put a lot of pressure on their defense to be perfect.
Well, they've matched their season high with 11 made threes. Want to use a little more clock and find a good shot.
DePaul is going to need a lot more from Kate Clark. She's one of their top three-point shooters. Oh, yeah. You've got to be proud, especially with this young Xavier group where she's talked how they've had a lot of bumps on the road throughout the season and the wins when they couldn't really win in conference play. But it's like
anyway, this is, in my opinion, this is the most prolific documentary